1962, Time called Ogilvy the most sought-after wizard in today's advertising industry. Two famous books, Ogilvy on Advertising and Confessions of an Advertising Man. Also an excellent book about him, The King of Madison Avenue, which is not written by him, but about him.
What I think is really interesting about Ogilvy and why he's really kind of last on the list is because his whole secret, he was Time called him the most sought-after wizard in advertising, in today's advertising industry at the time. His whole secret was using stuff from the past. So he was boldly going in his advertising agency as groundbreaking by using all the strategies we just talked about.
Yep.
All the great direct response ad men. He says somewhere, if you want to know what my secret is, it's I just used all the real direct response principles instead of the modern advertising thought process.
Yeah, he was really on a quest to, because at the time during the '60s, in his heyday, the big branding agencies were popping up, and he really despised them, and so he was kind of on a mission to discredit the branding agencies and promote the virtues and values of
but he himself
direct response.
Seen to the public as a branding agency and one of the most prominent and fastest rising brand agencies.
Mm-hmm.
But he would say, hey, the secret is I build my campaigns using direct response, and I've built my agency using direct response marketing.
Well, he said, when I write an advertisement, I don't want you to tell me that you find it creative. I want you to find it so interesting that you buy the product. Some examples of his famous ads. The Rolls Royce at 60 miles an hour, the loudest noise in this new Rolls Royce comes from the clock. The man in the Hathaway shirt ad was famous. This was an ad over on the bottom right for his agency, how to create advertising that sells. I think it's 38 advertising principles. And he ran this in the newspaper, New York Times. I might play a couple of seconds of this video just for fun. It's an old video of David. He was supposed to speak at a conference of direct response marketers, but couldn't. He was in India. And some of what he says to them is interesting and enlightening.
But what a personality.
His video opens with heralds and trumpets.
I wish I could be with you today, in the flesh, as they say. Unfortunately, I'm in India. Ever been in India? Very hot. If you don't mind, I'm going to take off my coat. You know, in the advertising community today, there are two worlds. Your world of direct response advertising, and that other world, the world of general advertising. These two worlds are on a collision course. You direct response people know what kind of advertising works and what doesn't work. You know to a dollar. The general advertising people don't know. You know that 2-minute commercials on television are more effective, more cost-effective than 10-second commercials or 30-second commercials. You know that fringe time on television sells more than prime time. In print advertising, you know that long copy sells more than short copy. You know that headlines and copy about the product and its benefits sell more than cute headlines and poetic copy. You know to a dollar. The general advertisers and their agencies know almost nothing for sure because they cannot measure the results of their advertising.
Interesting, huh? So, I mean, this debate's been going on for a long time. He said, repeat your winners. Scores of great advertisements have been pulled before they've begun to pay off. Readership can actually increase with repetition, up to 5 repetitions, he said. So,
Repeat your winners.
Repeat your winners.
That's the key.
All right. We've got a little handout, and it's got the 13 principles written, and on the back side of it, it's got the words that evoke emotion, the little takeaway that you can use. So we're going to pass those out right now. We're going to